above average. Rain showers Friday, 60 degrees, and another cold shot comes to Asheville this weekend. Highs in the 40s. Sorry to say, lows back down in the low 20s Saturday night, Sunday night. So 3 nights again, deep freeze this weekend, early next week. I'm meteorologist Scott Larimore. That's the latest Weather Channel forecast.
This report is sponsored by eBay Motors. You do anything to keep your vehicle happy. Let's make sure it stays running smoothly. With eBay Guaranteed Fit, the right parts are just a click away. When you see the green check, you know that part will fit. Get the right parts at the right price. ebaymotors.com. Let's ride. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
When I can't sleep, my mind just races. I think about work, the kids, but I don't think about taking melatonin because I'm afraid I'll feel groggy in the morning.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies has an optimal dose of melatonin for no next-day grogginess, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake up feeling refreshed. ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies for better sleep like never before. And try Pure Z Sleep plus next-day energy with melatonin plus extended-release B vitamins.
Research shows listeners prefer a personalized experience. So to help you remember, Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance. We personalized this ad for Amber, who really misses boy bands from the 90s.
Hey girl, I'm the cute one, here to tell you how Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need.
I'm the heartthrob. The only thing I love more than you is saving. And I'm the other boy in the band everyone forgot about.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
On the free iHeartRadio app, you never pay to hear what you love, and you never wait to hear what you want. Save your money, save your time, and listen anywhere. Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
iHeartRadio.
For more information about contests on the station, log on to espnavl.com.
Tired of getting dinged by monthly fees on your checking account? You need Simple Checking from Home Trust Bank. With Simple Checking, you get all the essential checking services for free, including 100% online access and a free Visa debit card. It's everything you need from a checking account, but no hoops, no surprises, no monthly fees. Stop by today or call 800-627-1632. Simple Checking at Home Trust. Ready for what's next. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Rogue Combat Club, Asheville's home for comprehensive martial arts training, has a goal for our community, one that's stronger, more fit, and unwavers in its support of one another. Rogue Combat Club's instructors have competed at the highest levels and offer classes for everyone from young children to adults in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, and wrestling. Rogue Combat Club classes can help you boost your self-confidence and self-defense skills while weeding out the egos and intimidation found at other gyms. Join today at roguecombatclub.com.
Everyone's heard about the housing market and this being the best time to sell a house in years. But the same thing applies to cars. Whether you're looking to buy a car, trade in, or sell that car in the driveway collecting dust, Fred Anderson Nissan of Asheville wants to buy your car. They have 2 on-site managers that work with Kelly Blue Book to give you top dollar for your vehicle. You can even have your car appraised instantly at AndersonNissan.com. Stop in and visit them today at 629 Brevard Road in Asheville or call them at 828-365-1663.
Boy, you must be outside your mind.
The Sportsocracy.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
It is the Sportsocracy, and this is ESPN Asheville. We are inside the Ingles Studio, and the College of Charleston Cougars are up early on the San Diego State Aztecs in their first-round matchup. And I don't know. I mean, Charleston, that's a good team. They could win this game. They didn't really need anything extra to happen to give them more of a shot to win this game. But they got it. As with every March Madness, we have travel woes to report for some of the teams, and San Diego State was one of them. So the president was in San Diego when San Diego State was scheduled to leave on their jet plane to go to the NCAA tournament. Well, what happens when the president comes to town?
The current president or all presidents?
The current
one, there's a huge run on pudding, and naps become much more common. You knew what I was going to say before you ever asked me that.
I should have known where you were going with that. No, they shut down the air travel. They shut down inbound and outbound flights. Everything pauses while the president is in town. So they got in to Where are they playing?
I don't know.
I forgot. Anyway, so they got into town for the game just 18 hours prior to the tip-off of this one, just after midnight yesterday. They got into town. So cutting out some of the time that they have to prepare for this matchup against the College of Charleston. Also, some travel problems for Grand Canyon. They lost their bags. Their bags got lost.
That's why they don't fly Spirit.
They ended up, the bags finally did end up coming in late last night, so plenty of time before their first-round matchup today, but they didn't have their practice gear. They didn't have everything that they were planning on wearing, so they were able to get a hookup from the coach's brother. Baylor's Scott Drew sent Bryce Drew and the Grand Canyon Antelopes some practice gear so they would be able to be a little more comfortable while they wait for their lost luggage to come in. Travel's always a sticky wicket when it comes to these tournaments. You got so many teams to shift around. Somebody's going to get their schedule interrupted.
In what might be the most predictable story I think I've ever told, New York Mets star closer Edwin Diaz will miss the entire 2023 season because of a knee injury suffered at the World Baseball Classic. Now, you might ask, but that could happen anytime. He wasn't pitching.
No.
He was celebrating a win in the World Baseball Classic.
Mm-hmm.
And now the Mets have lost their closer for the entire year. And that is reason number 943 that I couldn't give two squirts about baseball. I want you
because this doesn't happen in football.
Do we have a World Football Classic? No, because every owner would go, "Are you on drugs right now?" Yeah, I'm going to let the guy I'm paying $100 million go pitch in the World Baseball Classic. That would be a 32-0 nah, dog, from the NFL owners. And you know why? Because they're smart. This is the stupidest thing we do. In any, I don't really care what level you want to go. The World Baseball Classic is the dumbest thing we have allowed to carry on.
I agree.
The Olympics, okay, it's the Olympics. I've never seen the allure of it, but I get why people do. So the NBA players that play in the offseason, the baseball season starts in 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. It starts in 2 weeks, and you have guys playing in the – shut up. Like, that is the – ugh. And this happens every single year. Every single time we do this, somebody gets hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And yet baseball, no, you got to keep doing it. It's good for the game. Oh, yeah, it's good for your ratings, too.
I thought you were talking about
I think baseball ratings right now are somewhere between Bomani Jones and, like, the static that you get when you turn a new television on. Baseball falls in there somewhere.
So XFL football. Okay.
Nope, XFL football obliterates Major League Baseball. Q rating obliterates it.
Nice.
Now, there's a lot more inventory with Major League Baseball. I get it.
Now, I thought you were talking about guys getting hurt during celebrations. I mean, we've seen that happen in the NFL.
Yeah, in a game that I'm paying you to play in.
Yeah. And the worst part about it was, for me, like, remember when Bill Gramatica did this? When Bill Gramatica jumped up and down and broke his foot and we all had fun with it when he was kicking for the Arizona Cardinals. I mean, that was something stupid he did. I feel bad for Edwin Diaz because he didn't do anything. Like, so they knocked out Dominican Republic out of the pool play, and then his teammates come out to the mound. He closed out the game. Teammates come out to the mound. They start jumping on him, and that's when he got hurt. It was nothing he did. But I agree with you. It's dumb.
So dumb.
It is dumb. I mean, they did the World Baseball Classic because baseball got kicked out of the Olympics. So this was the replacement for the Olympic Games. But over the years, nobody cares.
When was the last time somebody looked at you and said, "Oh, I got to get home, the World Baseball Classic's on"?
Never seen it. Never heard that.
I couldn't tell you where it airs, and I don't care.
I'm sure it's on the MLB or something. Who knows? Who knows? All right, this is ESPN Asheville, and it is the NFL offseason. Free agency is taking its turns. We had the Orlando Brown signing today. Cincinnati Bengals signing him 4 years, $64 million, $43.5 million guaranteed. That might be does that rank high on your list of best free agency signings?
Very high.
Very high.
Very, very, very high.
We may see just how high in today's daily draft, as that's what we'll be doing in the daily draft. Our favorite free agent signings of this period. I think it might be the number one signing of the offseason. The Carolina Panthers made an announcement yesterday after the program was over that they have a new running back. They've reached a deal with Miles Sanders. 4 years, $25 million. What's your initial reaction here, Flostradamus?
I think it's fantastic. Deuce Staley was in Philadelphia with him, knows exactly what he's getting. And now I'm going to ask a question, and I know this is going to be a little bit of a touchy subject because Panther fans get really angry when you mention a couple players that played for the team in the past. You not feel better paying Miles Sanders $6 million a year than you did paying Christian McCaffrey $15?
I don't think that's even a serious question.
For me, it's not a serious question.
Right.
For me, it's not even close.
I mean, you don't have the attachment that you did with Christian, and maybe he's not as flashy. Miles Sanders, not as flashy, doesn't do as many things, but he's a hell of a value.
I think he might be one of the best values of the offseason. I always thought he could do more than we saw him do in Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got to remember, this is the guy that backed up Saquon Barkley. And there were people in Penn State that said he's actually more talented. I never saw that, but I thought it was pretty close.
Yeah, I always felt like that was unfair to him, and it was a dark cloud hanging over his early career.
I did too.
Was that, he's supposed to be the next Saquon Barkley. Well, no. I mean, that guy's a once-in-a-lifetime guy. Miles Sanders is a great running back, or at least was at the college ranks. I don't know that you could put him in the category of great running back in the NFL, but he's pretty damn good.
Oh, I think he will be a high-level starter for the Panthers.
Yeah, I have no fear that he's going to come in and be able to rack up massive yardage with this team, just like Deontay Foreman did at the end of the year last year. Now, granted, things are going to be a little bit different. Frank Reich taking over, new offensive scheme and all of that. But I really like this signing for the Carolina Panthers. And I start to take the 30,000-foot view of this roster and go, yeah, you need weapons. You need receivers. Hayden Hurst was a fine little addition, but you got to go after a one. You need a one somewhere. You're not getting one at the top of the draft because that's going to be your quarterback of the future. So you're going C.J. Stroud at one or Anthony Richardson or whoever they're going to choose. They say they're down to two. And are those the two? C.J. Stroud and Anthony Richardson?
I would say so, yes.
I've heard reporting that it's back and forth. Somebody in the front office really loves Anthony Richardson. Somebody in the front office really loves C.J. Stroud. It just depends on what report you're looking at as to who favors who between Tepper and Fitterer and Frank Reich. Josh McCown has video footage out there, though, of him breaking down tape of the rookies, and listening to his breakdowns of Anthony Richardson are quite funny. I don't know how that's going to work. If you draft Anthony Richardson, you might just have to fire Josh McCown immediately because he hates Anthony Richardson.
I mean, there's been a lot of talk about Anthony Richardson. I still think it's C.J. Stroud, and I don't necessarily think it's all that close. But I am glad that the reports come out that we're down to two, which will maybe shut up some of that. Well, they could still trade down from one. That would be the dumbest thing I've ever seen a team do.
Right. They're not
watch
do that.
Way less draft day and maybe watch more of how NFL teams operate.
Mm-hmm. Jamal Williams, formerly fat Jamal Williams, is going to the New Orleans Saints. Could be interesting. I mean, they've always had the 1-2 punch with Alvin Kamara. I mean, that's been a revolving door from Mark Ingram to Latavius Murray. And now they're going to do the same thing with Jamal, who was the leading scorer of touchdowns in the NFL last year. So with the Saints now rebuilding or having rebuilt this team? I mean, is it that quick? Derek Carr comes in at quarterback. You've got a restructured deal with Michael Thomas, so signs are good that he's going to play here. And now you got Jamal Williams in at running back, and feel like this team is close to saying we're rebuilt.
I don't necessarily feel like they needed a lot of rebuilding. The roster was good. You were just god-awful at quarterback. So, I mean, yeah, I like adding Jamal Williams. There's a reason that you had a lot of high-end contenders in the NFL that were interested in him. He's a good running back. I can tell you the Aaron Rodgers wish list that wasn't a wish list had Jamal Williams on it. One of the players they talked about was Jamal Williams, and the Jets were interested.
Mm-hmm.
They were also interested in Orlando Brown, which, you talk about something that could have just fallen out of the sky that would have made me really happy. That's pretty high up there.
God, you'd have been planting your flag.
Oh, I'd probably already have a tattoo. 2023, 2024 NFL Super Bowl champions.
I wouldn't put it past you to be that guy.
Oh, I would totally be that guy. There's zero doubt about that. I would totally be that guy.
Would you even wait